You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Thursday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
No longer live from my mom's basement.
Yay! Welcome back, brother. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm good. How's mom?
She's good.
That's good.
She's
Glad
doing
to
okay.
hear.
She's healing.
Do you feel better being here in the studio and not in the basement?
Yeah, it's way better looking at you face to face than through a laptop.
Well, and also, I think what people don't realize is, it's really hard to be, animated and energetic when someone is sleeping in the house that you're in. It's hard to be loud when you know mom is up in her bed.
Well, my mom and, my 85-year-old grandmother, yeah.
And you're down in the basement. Hey,
Talking
good
about
morning.
dicks and farts all day, yeah.
Well, glad to have you back in the studio. Wanted to apologize to start the program today. I know that we had some less than ideal weather. I did make an appointment to get my summers on Monday.
So this is your fault.
This is my fault.
This is all your fault.
One of the classic superstitions of as soon as you get your summer tires booked on.
It's funny. My dealership literally called me yesterday and was asking if I wanted to get my summers on, and I was like, you know what? I have a rule.
Yeah.
I personally have a rule. I wait till the playoffs start until I put my summer tires on. Until the NHL playoffs start.
Yeah.
That's my safe zone.
That's your 0 hour?
Always. That's my rule. Because anytime I do it before, we get snow instantly.
See, and that's the thing is when they call to ask if I want them put on or taken off, I take the first available appointment because I don't want to be stuck at the back of the line. They get so busy so fast that I'm always like, you called? You got a date? Let's do this.
I'm superstitious about it, man. I know 3 people that already have had their summer tires on, and I'm like, this is all your fault.
What are the main? It's getting your summer tires put on. It's firing up the barbecue for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's putting out the patio furniture.
You're jinxing spring.
The holy trinity of we're going to get more lousy winter weather.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like these are the things that people are the most even people who are fully rational. They're like, I don't believe in black cats and broken mirrors. I'm above all that.
I believe in summer tires.
They'll still be like, well, no, I'm going to hold off on putting my patio furniture
Well,
out.
it's like when I used to work in kitchens. The biggest superstition is if things feel like they're slow and you're like, I'm going to go for a smoke.
Right.
I'm going to make some food. As soon as you're like, I have some me time for a second.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 tickets just start coming in out of nowhere.
It's funny that you mentioned that because on the other side, when I was a smoker, my thing was always if you were sitting at the table and it felt like it was taking a really long time to get your food or your drinks or whatever.
You go for a smoke and your food magically appears.
All right, guys, I'm going to go outside for a smoke. And I would get outside, light it, turn back to look through the window. And I'm like, oh, look at everybody enjoying their food.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
What's your superstition?
So, one time years ago, I was working with this lady, and I've always used a wall calendar. And she commented on me flipping my calendar to the next month before the day was even done. I was leaving for the day. The next day was going to be the next month, so I was flipping my calendar to the next month. And she commented on it saying that I could jinx it and make the day not come.
What, the world's going to end because you flipped your calendar?
Maybe. And she was an older lady. So I'm like, oh man. And obviously that's not true, but it's just stuck in my head. So that was years and years ago, but still to this day, I will not flip my calendar until it's actually the next month.
That sounds like one of those things your mom would say to you, if you keep making that face, it's going to stay that way.
Right.
Yep. Nope. Can't do it.
This lady was just late on rent and tripping out.
Yeah,
Just didn't want to think about it.
Why are you pushing me, Ashley?
She was hoping the day would never come.
Hey, well, thanks for chatting with us, Ashley.
No problem. Have a good one.
I also like the idea of finding someone really superstitious about that and threatening them. I'll change the calendar. I will change the calendar mid-month if you don't do what I say.
I'll cut it out right now, yeah.
There's a lot of texts that are coming in from people who play sports at some level. The number of superstitions from people who play sports is crazy.
Yeah, I think the biggest one is people that play hockey is the way they tape their stick. I mean, dude, if you've ever heard any of the Sidney Crosby stories before with his superstitions.
That dude's nuts.
He's nuts. From how he tapes his sticks to his stick handling in the warm-up. He always does it over the McDonald's M when he's in Pittsburgh there. There's one story I heard on that Spit and Chicklets podcast where it's there was one game where he told this guy a story of his trip to Italy, and then he ended up going on I think a 12-game point streak or something.
Oh.
So every game he told the guy the same story. He'll listen to the same music. He's crazy.
Imagine being that guy and it's Sidney Crosby. You're not in a position to tell him what to do. As he's telling you that story for the 7th time, you're just shut up.
That's the stuff that he's doing at the rink. This
Right.
guy has a wife. Yeah. Imagine the stuff that he's doing at home with her.
She's being dragged into all of his routines and rituals.
They get in an argument before he leaves for the game and he ends up scoring a hat trick. He's probably trying to get into that argument every single day.
Right, she's going all right, honey, I hope the game goes really well. It's no, fight with me.
He's going to be the most unhealthy person to be in a relationship with.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Did you know that truck nuts are illegal?
I know that truck nuts should be illegal, but I didn't know they actually were.
In the state of Idaho, they have just passed a new state law where someone can be charged with a misdemeanor if one exposes his or her genitals, their breast, areola, nipple, anything like that.
Any kind of lewd behavior.
And that also includes having truck nuts on your car. Idaho State Police are saying that they will start ticketing people who do have truck nuts on the back there on the hitch.
And this is, the state of Idaho?
Yeah.
Idaho, my new favorite state. Fantastic news. Shout out to the lawmakers in Idaho for doing what the people needed to get done.
You don't like truck nuts?
Truck nuts are the stupidest thing that has ever happened to a vehicle. It's 1A between truck nuts and Cybertrucks. That's it. It's back and forth between the worst creation on the roads.
What bugs you about truck nuts so bad?
What do you need to have balls hanging off the back of your vehicle for?
It's
I'll tell you
funny.
this. It's funny. What are we in 7th grade? Tee-hee,
It makes me
testicles.
giggle sometimes.
I think that's more of a condemnation of you than anything else, sir.
So what really chaps your ass about truck nuts?
I mean, it's just, I'll tell you right now, I think my biggest problem with truck nuts is they're almost exclusively put on vehicles that already make me question somebody's manhood. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
It's it already felt like you were overcompensating for somebody, and now you went and put a pair of testicles in the back of the truck?
You've never been driving and seen those in front of you and giggled just a little bit?
100% of the time when I see a set of truck nuts on a vehicle, my immediate reaction is, I would not like this person. I bet we would argue.
I didn't know truck nuts made you so upset.
It's a trigger. I'm not going to lie. I didn't realize it until we got into this conversation. I only knew that I hated them, but holy hell, what a dumb invention.
Does anybody else hate truck nuts this much? Is this a huge thing?
Would you put them on your vehicle?
I mean, I don't think they're cool, but
You seem to be defending them pretty staunchly.
it all depends on how many stickers you have on your truck if I'm going to giggle at the truck nuts.
What's the bumper sticker to truck nut ratio that makes it okay for you?
I wouldn't say they need to be illegal, but I get it. Yeah, there's certain trucks that I judge and certain that I don't.
And I'll tell you this, it goes both ways. If it's truck nuts on the back end or those stupid eyelashes on your headlights on the front end, get rid of both of them.
We can agree on the eyelashes for sure.
Thank you.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
What do you think about truck nuts?
No, I'm with Dalby on this. They don't trigger me quite as bad, but no. Truck nuts just self-identify the driver as having some sort of shortcomings.
I'll get stuck behind a vehicle with truck nuts in traffic, and I just want to get out and knock on the window and be like, hey, was it tough when you peaked in high school?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I will change the route that I'm driving to get out from behind the truck with truck nuts. That's just, no, that's a hard no.
All right, so besides truck nuts, is there anything else that you can see on someone's vehicle that makes you cringe or judge them?
Yeah, I judge anybody that cheers for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Like if they've got like a sticker or a flag or something?
Absolutely. You know what? Put this on the air. Go Sens go. We'll see you in the first
Okay,
round.
all right, you're cut off. You said it. Relax, bud. Relax.
I will say, if you want to fly a flag for whatever it is on your car, those car flags in the back window, I think that's fine. But as soon as they start to like fray and fall apart, illegal. Take it off, throw it in the garbage.
Sure.
Now it's just a hazard.
I can't believe how many strays truck nuts is catching on the text line. I didn't know that they had so much hatred in the world.
Dude, friend of the show, Marty, texted in with one of the best lines I think I've ever seen. Says, someone who owns truck nuts is probably someone who says working hard or hardly working unironically.
You guys
And
are
I
being
was just
dicks.
like, yes.
Everyone's being a dick this morning.
So perfect.
All right, we've got Philip on the phone. Philip, you have truck nuts on your truck?
No, I used used to, though. I used to have a F-150 with the truck nuts on it.
Okay.
It used to hang so low that when you backed in, it would hit the curb stopper.
See, that's hilarious.
No, it's not.
Hilarious. Loved it.
Okay, so
My girlfriend hated driving the truck, but I used to love it.
is that the reason you got rid of the truck nuts?
No, I had kids, so I had to get rid of the truck. But when I did get rid of the truck, I got rid of the nuts. I was gifted a keychain that had truck nuts on it, so I could keep them on my keychain, so at least I still was able to...
Truck nuts for life.
Brother. We are not carrying rubber balls in our pockets.
I might as well. Once you have kids, man, you don't have them anymore anyways, right?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
A mayor in North Dakota recently had to resign after sending a lewd video to a city attorney by mistake.
To the city attorney?
So check this out. So apparently, him and the city attorney were on the phone talking about a matter in the city.
Sure.
And the city attorney claims that 2 minutes after she got off the call, she received a video of the mayor having some solo time.
No.
Yeah, which he claims he was trying to make a, quote, sexy video for his girlfriend.
Sure.
And because that was the last person that he called,
he hit the wrong inbox.
he hit the wrong button, yeah.
That's awful. Also, 2 minutes after the call?
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Was he already getting things moving while they were still on the phone?
I don't know. He looks like an older guy, so, I mean, good for him, I guess, to at least have it still going like that.
When the blue pill kicks in, you got to do what you got to do.
Immediately 2 days after, he just decided to resign because they were making a huge stink of it. I mean, as they should.
You can't come back from that. That's going to be a hearing. That's going to be meetings. It's the city's attorney. You're going to have to work directly with this person on a regular basis, and she's now looked into your eyes at the worst possible time.
Also, legally, she knows all the ins and outs of, like, everything you did and why it's wrong.
She knows your ins and outs at this point.
But, I mean, I don't think any of us should cast any judgment, because if you think about it, we are all one thumb click away from doing something like this. I mean, how many times have you been in a conversation and almost mistakenly sent a screenshot to someone?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Like, that's the thing, is technology has made it so easy for us to communicate. Our ancestors never had to worry about this, right? Like, you never accidentally mailed Polaroids of your naked body to the wrong person.
I've never done it to this extent, but there's been times where I think I'm texting Courtney and I've sent a text to my buddy. Hell, there's been times where people think they're texting their boss or their spouse and they text our text line.
That's just it. The number of things we've found out about friends of the show that we never wanted to know, we would never ask, is higher than you might be comfortable with.
Some things you can't unsee. An apology really can't clean your eyes, though.
Some things you can't unsend.
Yeah.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
What is the worst wrong text you've ever sent before?
Was going down and applying for a new job, and this one fellow I was going in to get a job from was known to be a really, really cheap 3825er. I thought I was texting a buddy of mine, and I'm like, oh, you wouldn't believe it, man. The buddy offered me $30. I can't believe I'm actually going to stay. And
you were texting him?
I thought I was texting a friend. Well, about 2 seconds after I sent that message, I got a phone call, and it was from the new boss saying, you don't need to come in.
He hit you with the grand opening, grand closing.
Little did you know you were sending in your resignation.
Very, very much so, yeah.
Oh, man, you got to wonder how many bosses have gotten texts like those before.
I mean, that's just it, right? Especially you just had a conversation with your boss, you're pissed off about whatever it is, and that's the last number in your phone, and you just, ooh.
Still doesn't one-up the mayor, though. We've got Renee on the phone. What's your wrong text story?
I sent the text to my HR by accident, thinking it was my wife, Stanny. Go down to the basement, the handrail. Big Daddy's coming home and he's hungry for some loving. She texted me back with a bunch of question marks.
You sent that to HR?
I did. Needless to say, the next day she had a lot of questions for me.
Yeah, that's a meeting. That's a meeting 100% of the time.
It was a laugh of Christmas party for about 3 years on that one.
A laugh is way better than a write-up, my man.
It is for sure.
I think this is proof that you've got to have a dedicated app for your adult conversations, right? Like if you're texting work people, boss people on your texts, take the adult stuff over to like a Snapchat or something. Keep the two worlds separate.
You can still send it to the wrong person on Snapchat. Brother. All right, we're going to take one more call. Mackenzie, what's your wrong text story?
Well, it wasn't me, but my cousin sent my mom a pic. She was helping him with some real estate. He was actually buying a house off of her at the time.
No.
And instead of sending his girlfriend pic, he accidentally sent it to my mom.
How'd it go down?
You know what? My mom didn't take it bad or anything. She just told him, I changed your diaper when you were a kid, so. It's not like I haven't seen it before.
Hit him with the I've seen this before?
I mean, it made him feel better. It's pretty embarrassing.
I don't think it should make him feel better if she can still recognize it from back then.
Beats the mayor's story.
This is the Brock and Dalby podcast.
It's not going to be too often on this show that I would like to have a conversation about a famous country artist. But have you heard the name Morgan Wallen before?
Yeah.
He was on Saturday Night Live this past weekend. He was the musical guest. Apparently, they tried to get him to do some skits and stuff like that. He wasn't having it. He just wanted to perform his music. And then at the end, when everybody's like doing the handshakes and hugs and high fives as the credits are rolling, he didn't do any of that. He just walked off stage.
Oh, yeah?
Everybody visibly kind of looked like, what the hell is that guy doing? Why is he going? He left, he walked out of the building, and then posted a picture on Instagram of his private jet, his own PJ, and was like, get me back to God's country. Heading down to the southern states.
Because he was in New York?
Yeah. Get me away from all this. Get me to God's country. And it's just like, yo, if that's God's country, what are we living in right now?
I feel like that's just an American thing to say, right? Like they call their country God's country.
Yeah.
If America is God's country, what does that make Canada then?
Because, like, I look around, even just around here, like, you drive 5-10 minutes outside of any Canadian city.
Sure.
It sure feels like you might be in God's country. Like, you are just surrounded with majestic beauty.
Some of those highways throughout the north, I mean, you could call that Satan's playground. But
that's actually absolutely true. Some of the ones, the single lanes, where you get stuck behind the truck, and it's just desolate wasteland. You go up to the Northwest Territories. That is abandoned country. That's what that is. I'll tell you right now. You're driving around there. God left a long time ago.
Yeah, that's the devil's toilet is what it is. I'm just saying, if America is God's country, I don't want to see what heaven looks like.
It feels like things are maybe in disrepair. We may need some renovations.
The Brock and Dalby podcast.
The Brock and Dalby podcast.
What's something that isn't illegal that should be illegal to you?
Standing at a urinal and some guy comes up and stands beside you and is chatting away on his phone.
You know how, like, if you go and see, like, Jack White perform a concert, you have to put your phone in that little bag kind of thing?
Right. Have someone outside every public bathroom taking your phone and putting it into a bag. There's nothing inside these four walls you need that for.
That's right.
Some of us get shy at the urinals, okay?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan, boys, so have a good day.
Oh, shucks, that's too sweet.
Thanks, man.
I believe it's Trevor we've got on the line. Trevor, what's something you think should be illegal?
Eating anything smelly fish-related in the lunchroom, especially at my work, because the guy that does it can't smell anything.
Oh, no. So he doesn't even know what he's doing.
He doesn't know. Some of the creations he makes, it's like, dude, go eat that in your truck.
It's just tough because it's like, you don't want to tell people that they can't enjoy their favorite foods, but like, how many people have to suffer so that you can have tuna salad today?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Don't get me wrong. There's a few creations I eat that no one probably wants to smell either, but I don't bring it to work.
You eat it shamefully in the privacy of your own home like a good citizen.
Exactly.
Honestly, I do think while we're on the topic of food, should be illegal to order more than $15 worth of stuff in the Tim Hortons drive-thru.
I think during certain time periods, I think during like morning rush and dinner rush, put a cap on it. If you want more than that, go inside.
I think, you know how they have those two lane drive-thrus at some Timmy's? I think they have the a-hole drive-thru for people who want to order more than $15 worth of stuff in the morning.
Dude, it's the grocery store. You've got the 12 items or less aisle, and you've got the 15 or more.
Exactly. All right, we got one more person on here. I believe it's Troy. Troy, what's something that isn't illegal that you think should be illegal?
Those blue headlights that people have been getting should be illegal.
Oh, those are the worst, man.
Oh, man, it's terrible. See on the highway, oh, man.
Dude, I will slow down to probably unreasonable highway speeds if one of those guys gets behind me until they get mad enough to pass me. just because I'm not having it. I'm not here for this.
Well, I always think they're high beaming me.
Oh, 100%. Every time they hit a bump, you think that they're flicking you.
Here's the thing. If I just opened up a LASIK clinic in my own home, I would be arrested for malpractice. So why do you get to laser my eyes from behind me?
Exactly.
Well, you guys didn't hear about the new F-150 LASIK MD?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
What do you think, Zeddy Bear?
I think people that don't speed on backcountry single-lane roads should automatically be taken to jail.
It's the reverse speed limit.
Come on, man. If we're in the middle of nowhere in the countryside and you're not doing at least 10 kilometers over the speed limit, you got 4 or 5 cars piled up behind you because everybody's racing down the road.
I'm sure the police might disagree with you, but I agree with you.
Dude, on my route to work, I've passed police doing 20 over the speed limit, and they didn't bat an eye.
Country back roads have the Ricky Bobby rule. If you ain't first, you're last.
Exactly.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
All right, we've got $100 in Lotto 649 tickets for Saturday's jackpot on the line here.
No one won the gold ball yesterday, so Saturday, $42 million up for grabs. Guaranteed $1 million prize. Classic $5 million jackpot as well.
All right, the game remains the same. We are looking for 3 onions today, though. We'll put 10 seconds on the clock. Best onion impression wins that $100 in Lotto 649 tickets.
This contest has been going well the last couple days. So to our 3 contestants, the pressure is on. Please do not suck.
Hey, good morning. Who's this?
John.
Are you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll count you in from 3 to 1. 3, 2, 1. Let's hear your onion.
Red onions, yellow onions, green onions.
Are you, John, are you just listing onions?
Yeah.
John, I asked really politely for you to not suck at this contest.
All right, John. You just started listing off onion?
Yellow,
all right,
green, and red.
Let's hope it gets better. Caller number 2, what's your name?
Hey, my name's Carly.
Carly, are you ready to play?
I'm ready.
Carly, do you understand the contest? Maybe that's the question.
I'm pretty sure that I do, yeah.
Okay, we'll count you in from 3 to 1. 3, 2, 1. Let's hear your onion impression.
So I went for like the choking because sometimes onions are strong, a sizzle when it's frying on a pan, and the crying too at the end.
No, we got it. That was great.
I love the explanation, though. I love coming right back in.
That was so much better than our first caller. All right, stay on hold, all right? Okay, let's go to line 3 here. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Paul.
Paul, all right. Are you ready to play?
Yes, I think I am.
All right, we'll count you in from 3 to 1, Paul. 3, 2, 1. Let's hear your onion impression.
Paul, is that your impression of eating an onion?
That's my impression of eating an onion.
Okay.
No, I get where you're coming from.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, it's her.
Well, yeah. So again, just to be super clear, thank you to John and Paul for playing. The game is you're an onion. What is your voice? So thank you for everybody who tried.
Congratulations.
You did it, Carly.
Thank you.
You get the
Yay.
game and the round of applause and $100 in Lotto 649 tickets, all right?
Amazing. Thank you, guys.
If you do happen to win the big jackpot on Saturday, got some nickels and dimes or at least a couple bags of onions for the boys over here?
Oh, for sure.
Maybe no one else will buy a 649 ticket, and just like today, you'll win by default.
Hey, I hope that's the case.
If you're buying those onions, don't forget there's green onions, there's yellow onions,
Red onions,
Spanish onion.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Everybody get up. It's time to text now. 762-555 now. It's Text Us Thursday. Send a text. Ask us anything. Text Us Thursday. All right. Send a text to us now. If you got a question, we're going to read them on the radio. Welcome to Text Us Thursday.
Hey, you, what you gonna do? Hey, you, what you gonna do? I want to start with Trevor, who texted in and said, can we get a full album of Brock's cover songs. And we obviously, we don't have an album. My cassette press is not working lately. But we do actually have an episode of the Brock and Dalby podcast that was fully dedicated to Brock's best songs of 2024.
I mean, if you hear any of the Texas Tuesday or Texas Thursday song, it's usually the same lyrics, just to a different tune.
That's right. So if you want, there was a best of Texas Tuesday, Texas Thursday episode as well back in December. But if you want to just hear Brock singing, episode 201 of the Brock and Dalby podcast is literally the best of Brock sings. And if you want, you can search that on your podcast platform of choice, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, whatever. But if you want to link directly to the episode on the Frequency site, just text Brock to 762-555 or check the podcast links if you're listening there. And I'll send you the link. You can listen to the whole thing.
And every Tuesday and Thursday, if you listen to the podcast, if you miss one of the songs, you can catch them there.
That's right.
We did get another text. Someone said, has anyone ever won lotto with your $100 lotto contest? Not that we know of. The most we've ever heard is someone winning, I think it was $200, they said.
That's right. And honestly, we joke around about like, any looties or toonies for the boys, nickels and dimes, whatever. Like, we would never make any claim to anybody's lottery winnings. It would be cool if you won $1 million to share with us, but no, as far as we know, nobody's ever hit it big.
What he said is what he said. I expect money. It's a verbal contract, okay?
Brock's got bills to pay.
Yeah, I got a mortgage to pay, dude. Someone said, at what age should a kid get a phone? Debating on buying my 11-year-old one.
Dude, I'm right there. My oldest, Alex, is 10 years old, and I've been starting to think. We actually got an email about Rogers will let us add a second line.
It feels still too young, but I mean, every kid has a phone nowadays, so do you want your kid to be the one that's left out? But I feel, and I'm not a parent, so I don't know squat.
Yeah.
But I feel like whenever you stop trusting your kids and the friends that they hang out with, that's when you need a phone.
That's when they get the phone. Once they lose your trust, then they get hundreds of dollars worth of technology.
Yeah, like your little guy's got a friend that you're like, he's up to no good.
Yeah.
Then you start need to get a phone.
I think my biggest thing is I'm not necessarily worried about what my kids would do if they had access to a phone. I'm just convinced that they would both lose it. And I can't afford to be spending that kind of money. I can't let a 10-year-old loose in the streets. They can barely hang on to their wallet, never mind a cell phone.
Someone said, what's the most ridiculous thing you 100% believed as a kid? My dad used to make me think that turning the lights on in the car were illegal. The carrots thing as well with the eyes.
The backlight, yeah. When I was younger, someone told me professional wrestling was fake, and I believed that for a long time.
Well,
I got over it, but someone told me that when I was young, and I
blew your mind.
I was just like, no, it can't possibly be.
Also, thinking I could be anything that I want to be.
Yeah, that one was told to us by parents, guidance counselors, teachers. They didn't know.
All right, we'll wrap up with this one here. Someone said, what's worse, losing a 4-game sweep or losing a Game 7?
If I'm playing, I want to be in there till the end. I want to have the best chance to win. If I'm a fan, release me. Let me free. If you're just going to break my heart in 7, just free me now.
I think Game 7 is more devastating. A sweep means that the team wasn't good enough to get one win. Versus a Game 7, it's like... It's basically proposing on the Jumbotron and getting shut down is what it is.
That's right. Everything could have gone your way. One small change and you're happy for the rest of your life. But you're not. You're miserable now.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Ed's word of the day.
Let's see what he's got.
Good morning. Today's word is snub. Yep, snub. S-N-U-B.
Snub?
That's to ignore or treat disrespectfully. No, it's not very nice to be disrespectful. But I know there's a masses out there that you just have to ignore. Not good for you. But anyways, that is about does it. Have a great one. Cheers.
I hope this isn't passive-aggressive because we did miss Ed's phone call today.
Do you think he chose the word of the day because you snubbed him?
Because I snubbed him and I didn't answer the phone. Ed, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry.
Most of the time, if you hear the word snub, it has a lot to do with, like, Oscars, award season in general. Like, this band or this artist or this actor got snubbed for an award ceremony. I'm fairly certain just doing the math, my Detroit Red Wings are going to get snubbed from the playoffs this year.
It's not really getting snubbed when it's your own fault, but I will say...
It's a snub!
If you have kids going through puberty, they love to snub.
Oh, you will get snubbed more and more often as your kids get older, but it's sort of cyclical because you'll get more snubbed, and then when they need money and stuff, then you get less snubbed again. They come back around.
One of the worst snubs of all time is when you drag your dog over to you to make him lay with you, and then they snub you in just peace.
They just get up, they fart and walk away. That's a rough snub.
It's a double snub.
Although, to be fair, the worst snub in history is Pete Rose not being in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yes.
That's the snub.
That's the biggest snub of all time. Snub, snub, snub. Use it wherever you can today, all right?
Want to be part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby podcast.